Go back to work.
Yeah, I need to get back to work. Hello.
Thank you on your information about the other counties.
Not a problem. That was all that responded back to me, so. But I think that helps.
Pretty good sample.
Yeah, because it was over half of them. So.
Okay, go ahead and read us here. You can questions and comments and refresh our memory from 2 or 3 weeks ago when you were here.
She wasn't here. You weren't here, were you?
Yes, she was.
She was.
Well, I guess she was.
I'm
I guess
hurt.
she was.
Rita, I got a question for you. If we allow you to have a full-time, would you still keep your part-time or do away with it?
I wouldn't do away probably with it, but she wouldn't be working as regularly if we needed somebody to come in because we were at meetings or something like that.
Now, you requested 5. If we give you a full one, we can go back to the 2 for part-time help like you had for 2013.
Yeah.
2000.
Yes,
The money
you're talking
goes-
about the money.
Yeah.
Yes,
Does any come from the reassessment fund?
unfortunately it does, and I don't know that it should, but yes. In fact, right now, that's what we're paying out of totally.
I think that was, I think it's right, Jim, that was brought up.
Yeah.
Angie
I
done
don't know why, you don't think it should?
I don't think all of it as much should. I mean, when recyclical starts, then if we needed some part-time or whatever, then I think some of it could. But for the most part, I don't think it should come out of that.
I don't have it.
Jim? Any? All right.
Thank you.
I do.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
well, speak up. When did you get to be so bashful?
I was formulating my thought.
Look.
This is gonna take long.
And I can drag it out much longer. So you have part-time out of your reassessment for 10,000, and you have part-time out of your regular fund for 5,000. What could that be reduced to if?
That could be down to the 2,000 in the general.
And nothing out of reassessment?
Right.
Okay, that's my question. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Paula. That was very quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Thank you.
Thank
need to
you.
give me answers today, so they're gonna be here for a while.
Thank you, Rita.
Thank you.
I called the sheriff and I called Danny. Dick's here from the veteran service officer.
You're playing Gene today?
I didn't know that until just a few minutes ago.
Questions about the veteran service? Anything?
Now Pam, you've communicated your findings for the, how are the hours and pays to be handled for this department to them?
Yes, I did. I actually contacted our representatives, 2 of them from State Board of Accounts, and spoke to them last week for the VA office with the new requirements coming up. And it is still a 1 appointed person office at this point, so that hasn't changed. So Jean, being that individual, would be the appointed person. And I talked to Dick about this already, and he knows. So as far as pay structure, Dick's pay would be based on hours worked still at this point.
For State Board of
For
Accounts.
State Board of Accounts.
Dick, does Gene tend to work much longer, or do you have any idea about that?
I keep getting mixed reactions from him. You know, on some occasions he says, well, you know, he thought one time he thought about hanging it up at the end of the year, but then when we went down for the conference/training, he was reappointed as the chaplain for that group of people. And so there's mixed notes about that. However, he did make some comment due to this accreditation. We have to go through this training, which is going to be fairly extensive. he's made some comment that he's not sure he wants to do that, so.
He's not sure of that himself.
Yeah, I think that's probably the bottom line. I don't, you know, he'll make comments like, well, I guess I could just stay home and read books all day, so, you know, I don't know.
Is this training, are they gonna give you some time to do it to where you can put it off, or are they gonna make you do it soon?
They're gonna do it next May. They're gonna do it. Now, they've got some issues to work out within the VA and how they're gonna do all this accreditation. Right now, the state, or there are 2 accredited VSOs, one being in Fort Wayne. He got his accreditation through the American Legion. So if he requests information on somebody that went through the DAV, he can't get it. So the state needs to work out how they're gonna work this out and getting access for us guys to go in and look at it. Now, having said that, they want us to go through this training next spring, and then they require that we work at least 1,000 hours per year. Okay, so that's a half-time employee.
Sure.
So, I don't know how they're gonna account for that time. You know, I don't think we're gonna send in our little report card saying, oh yeah, here's my hours. They've not addressed any of that. So I think they're still finding their way through all this.
Well, the government's pretty good making the rules after the game starts.
Indeed. That's the government's, it's always fluid.
But if Gene does step away, you are in line to take his position then as the VSO.
That would be up to you guys, I guess.
But you're interested in that?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I think that was our understanding all along, that he would serve as a backup.
Any
Now-
other questions? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know how this would all unfold, whether you want a full-time person in there. If that'd be the case, I'm not sure I'd wanna do that. I kinda enjoy having some time off, and I know Gene does too, so.
I don't think that's what we're interested in. I think we're interested, this is what we have to do.
Yeah, and 2 part-time people
I don't
gives
know.
everybody some
I
flexibility.
don't know, we
Yeah.
need 2 part-time.
Well, we
Well,
have
it
to-
may be mandated.
You
Yeah.
have to cover the office if we're open, that's the
Yeah.
mandate.
Yeah.
Well, but it doesn't have to be open full-time, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
we
looking
open
for-
one
I just-
building.
Oh,
I
I
just
didn't know it
said-
had to be open full-time.
If this
4:30.
building's open, there has to be a veteran service officer there if the person walks in off the street and wants to have some service. Per the new
That's
guidelines.
the new mandate, Jim.
Yes.
But right
But
now,
you
they have 2 part-times fulfilling that.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell Dick what I told Gene in here one day, and I feel serious about this. We don't have a county militia, we have a federal militia in this country, and here the federal government's telling us what to do,
State.
but sends no money. I
State.
got issues with that.
I do too, you know.
I
Now,
got big issues with that.
they are setting aside some money to help fund some of this, and I don't know what their future plans are about helping funding this. You know, don't know.
Yeah.
They did, there's if you read in the paperwork that I gave you, there's some money that they're reimbursing for them to get accredited and for their computer supplies because everything's going online. But yeah, that's, the mandate is that we have to have someone here in the building in that office from 8 to 4:30 if someone walks in off the street and needs some assistance.
But Jim, I don't know how they're gonna work that out, because I know that there are some counties that have very few veterans, and how they're gonna address having a full-time person there makes no sense to me. So I don't think they know totally yet, so, but yeah, I agree with you.
But 2 part-time people works out well for everybody, I think.
I think so, yeah,
Yeah,
it
'cause
seems
you
to work
don't
well
want-
for
you're
me.
not looking to spend every day there, are you?
No,
No.
I got
Gene-
fishing to do.
You wanna live
Fishing and golf, it is.
Yeah, and
Depends where
Gene's
the
not
fish are
either.
biting at.
Exactly, I mean, he's got his golf league on Tuesday mornings, and so, I mean, yeah, it works out well for us, quite frankly. And the veterans seem to be happy with us too, so,
Yeah. Any other questions for Dick at this time?
Thank you for your service.
thank you.
Thanks for coming
Yeah,
down.
appreciate it.
Then we have another